Yeah. Let's talk, I just pulled up in some fools. I told little mama tie all my shoes. Showed her 2 million cash, now she woozy. 20 matches in us.
Part 4 of the series of my fake friend series. So if you are not caught up, please go watch part 1, 2, and 3. Thank you. And make sure that you comment, like, share, and subscribe, and do all of that in advance. Thank you very much. And yeah, let's hop right into it. So I looked the first time, I'm like, oh, like y'all in a group chat or something? She's like, oh yeah, like, I put all of us in a group chat. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm like, what is it for? She's like, oh, it's for when we go on our girls trip. I'm like, oh, like, that's cool. And she's like, and like, I guess like my face was like, oh, okay, that's cool. So like, I look concerned but confused, I guess. And I guess like she seen it and she was just like, oh yeah, I didn't put you in it because, you know, you always saying no to everything. You always busy. So like, I just didn't put you in it. And I'm like, so when did y'all make the group chat? She was like, oh, we made it, let's say they made it months ago. And let's say me and Frances had that conversation like months ago. So if this girl's trip was last minute, mind you, because she said that the girl's trip wasn't planned yet, but it was last minute. And that's why she made the group chat. But if you just said we made it months ago, that was way before this impromptu girls trip that you wanted to do. So at that point, it's just like, I'm catching her in a lie, but I'm playing it cool. I'm like, oh, okay. She was like, yeah, you know, I don't know, like, if you still want to be in it or not, but, you know, it's just us. It's whatever. I'm like, nah, like, you cool. Because it's like, obviously, I was an afterthought to you. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be nowhere where I'm not wanted or needed. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that she was like, yeah, we didn't push you in, but do you want me in and out? Like, do you want to get in and out? It's like, no, I don't want to get in and out because one, it feels like a pity thing. And two, it feels like I'm like a second choice. No, because if you didn't think about me initially when you made the group chat, why do you want to add me now? Because I can obviously observe and see that y'all are in a group chat and I'm not in it. Like, that's weird. So at that point, that kind of solidified. I'm like, yeah, she ain't like, you definitely not no friend of mine because like, that's weird. Like, imagine you are sitting in a room of people that you know or know of at least, right? And everybody's phone go off but yours. Everybody's phone is dinging besides yours. Even Smurf's brother's girlfriend goddamn ding. And she just got in a picture. She just like, she don't even go here. Like, she don't even go here, okay? You know, and I'm just like, what? How did my ex's brother's girlfriend get a ding before me? How did she get in a group chat before me? Look, man, I was just so confused. I'm like, all right, bro, like, y'all got it. All right, whatever. So the night passes, and shortly after that, I had graduated. Now, you probably thinking, wait, didn't you cut your ex off at this point? The answer is yes. The only reason I'm not touching on it because that is a separate story within itself. So the whole puff pass thing, group chat thing, me not being anything happened the same year that I was graduating college, right? By this point, Smurf is out the picture, period, point blank. And I think, oh yeah, that's what made this more awkward as well at the puff pass thing, because at this point I had already cut Smurf out of my life and they knew. Oh yeah, yo, I'm so sorry. It's all coming back. So at the puff pass thing as well, Fun Stuff had kept mentioning my ex, and I'm like, bro, I'm not getting back with him, because like at this point she was like, oh yeah, you should get back with him, and I'm like, bro, I cut him out of my life for a reason, so stop mentioning him, stop bringing him up. Like, I don't give a fuck about him, baby. do not keep mentioning this man to me. Like, he's gone in my eyes. Like, I don't care about that man. Like, stop mentioning him. So that kind of had rubbed her the wrong way as well, because she was still dealing with her toxicity, but I cut mine off. So note, if you have friends who are still in toxic friendships, relationships, and you're not in one, just know they're going to start hating on you. They will. Because they feel like if I'm down bad in misery, you should be too. That's not a real friend. Real friends don't want to see you down bad, even if they're down bad. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind for, you know, anybody. Like, not just girls, but like men too. Like, just keep that in mind. If you're not going through a bad time, but your friend is, and like they're mad because you're not struggling like them, just cut them off, period, point blank. Like, no need for a conversation, child, because they're going to try to lie and deflect, and I'm just going through a tough time right now. Look, if you know, you know. And it's just like, okay, you going through a lot, cool, but heal. Heal by yourself, and yeah, that's it. So, fast forward to when I graduate. Mind you, at this point, me and her, we are not talking for real. So, my graduation was different because, you know, Miss World Sickness was still spreading around. And I was, you know, really not talking to her as much after the whole Puff Puff Pass Day thing. So I sent everybody a link, right? Because at this time, you can only invite 2 people to your graduation. And the irony in that, because my ex was supposed to come, like, we talked about this like probably like a year and a half before I had graduated college. We had talked about that, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna be there, da da da. Ooh, God works in mysterious ways. But yeah, anywho, so I end up inviting like my mom and my grandma, because, you know, they were there for my high school graduation, so I had invited them to my college graduation. So, of course, for everybody else, I had to send like a link. So, I sent the link to my friends, my uncle, like, you know, to certain people that wanted the link. And I sent one to Fan Size. So, mind you, everybody else, even my sister that I barely talked to, even she saw me on the little live stream. Everybody seen it. I'm literally about to walk out to go sit down. Like, this is like at my ceremony, y'all. Like, we're about to, like, I got my cap, I got my gown on. I'm, you know, we about to go, you know, do a little walk down to our seats. So, like, I'm still on my phone because, like, we, you know, like, we haven't left the building yet to go walk to our seats because we had it in a separate building. But anyways, she hit me back like, I don't see it. I'm like, huh? She like, and then like she screenshot her messages, and she got every other message but that one. But what made it weird is like, it looked like she had deleted the link and then sent it. Like, I don't know why. To this day, I feel like she had deleted the link and then sent it. So I resent it. I'm like, here, you got it? And she never ever responded back. So I'm telling you, like, probably 2 weeks. Nah, I could be lying. But it was over a week that had went by. Mind you, she never, ever responded, y'all. So she finally hits me up, and she's like, I watched it. That's it. Mind you, no congrats. No, I'm happy for you. You act like you just watched the season premiere of a show or the finale, like, of something. This is my graduation from college. I am the first generation college graduate in my family. I'm the first person amongst any of us to graduate from an actual university. And I'm not trying to, you know, on her or the minions or whomever that was in the friend group, but I would have just thought that this moment would have evoked more emotion from you. But mind you, like I said in the previous parts of the series, this girl would never congratulate me for nothing. I could have gotten a new pen and she'd be like, okay, so what? I could have lost 5 pounds and she would have been like, oh, okay, so you can finally fit your jeans now. You know, you can finally fit your shirt now. You know, she never met my accomplishments with the appropriate emotion or response. it was always either downplayed or it wasn't acknowledged or it was met with negativity. So I just thought, in my delusional ass mind, I just thought for one moment that she would finally be effing for real and just be happy for me. Like, just be like, hey, oh my God, I can't believe it. Congrats. You are the first, college graduate, amongst us, like amongst the friend group. Oh my gosh, congrats. But it was nothing. It was just I watched it. So you know what I did? I gave her a big old thumbs up. And that was it. We didn't talk for a minute until like September. I started working my first big girl job at the college. So I'm busy. Honey girl, I'm booked and busy. Like, I don't have time at all. So I did not mention this as well because it's really not that important, but it is kind of important. During my college, so during my last year of college, I was going to go get my license again. I don't think I mentioned it already, but I had attempted to get my license the first time back when I was like 19, 20, I think, and I had failed. At that time, when I had failed the first time, he actually made fun of me for failing my driver's test, and he thought that it was funny, and he was keen and ha-ha and ho-hoing, and he just thought it was the funniest thing in the world. And what's so crazy about that is that he had a car, he had his license, and like, he would not teach me. And the one time that he did, he just stopped and never taught me again. And when I failed, I was in shambles, y'all. Like, that week is a week I may never publicly speak on because a lot of things happened within that week. But me failing my test was one of them. Like, the weekend before I failed my driver's test, like the first time, I had told Fun Size. And Fun Size basically hit me with the, of course, you guessed it, the negativity, and told me that I wasn't going to pass. So fast forward to the day of my test, I didn't pass. So, yeah. So I completely forgot that part because it's like not that big of a deal to me now because, girl, I got my license, I got my little whip, period. But back then, it was a lot to me, So fast forward to when I had graduated college, I was in the midst of actually practicing to get my license again. Backtrack to back in May before I had graduated college, Fun Size had mentioned something about me trying to get my license. So mind you, this time around, I didn't tell nobody. Like, I didn't tell a soul that I was getting my license or I was trying to get my license again. So, of course, after I had failed the first time, I had to go to driving school. So this time around, I didn't tell nobody nothing. Only God and my mama knew and my grandma knew that I was wanting to get my license done, and take the test like this time. So I remember like we was chilling over the phone and she was like, oh, you still don't got your license or something like that? I'm like, yeah, nah. She's like, when you gonna get your license? Like, it's time. Like, you're too grown to be out here with no license and you need a car and brrr. And I'm just like, yeah, I know. Mind you, this whole time I'm in driving school. By the time she had said all of that, I think I had just got done with driving school. And I had to do like the driving hours or something like that. Because like when you do like online driving school, that's like you learning the material. But then you have to actually do like the driving part. Like the driving hours or whatever. She's just talking at the mouth, just saying this, saying that. Oh, you too old. When you gonna get your license? Da, 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 da. And mind you, I'm just letting her talk. I'm like, girl. Fast forward to like September of that same year. Because like I said, I got a big girl job now. I'm still at home with my mama. So I end up calling her. I'm like, hey, what's up? She like, hey, nothing. I'm out with Palm Face. And I'm like, oh, okay. So mind you, like I said, I don't like none of her dudes. So I didn't really give a F. I'm like, oh, okay. So she's like, yeah, da 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 da. We didn't have much to say. So we hung up off the phone. And I ended up texting Fun Size like, I'm cool on this friendship. I'm done with it. And she was like, okay. And I was like, okay. That was it. Yeah, that was the end of me and Fun Size's 10 plus year toxic friendship. I know, y'all, I'm so sorry if this was very anticlimactic for you. I think I said that right. Yeah, anticlimactic for you. I'm so sorry that it did not end the way that you thought it was going to end. Like, no, we didn't fist fight. We didn't duke it out. I didn't pull her hair. I didn't punch out her tires or her windows of her car, you know. It was nothing toxic. And mind you, Fun Size was not a fighter. I'm a fighter. So, trust, if we would have gotten into that little fence fight, I would have won. Period, point blank. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, she's not a fighter. Fast forward a few months after that, y'all remember when I told y'all that the girl at Fun Size's New Year's party thing was like, oh, I heard that you and Smurf ain't together no more? Her? So we're not gonna give her a name. I'm gonna just call her old girl. Old girl from the Minions friend group. Me and her had gotten to it months later. And when I say months later, it was probably like 2 months later. So, which is why I feel like this was not no out of the blue thing. I feel like Fun Size had told her minions that I cut her the fuck off. They got tight. And of course, the biggest bully of them all, well, the bully, cause y'all, ain't nobody gonna bully me. The biggest bully out of the minion friend group decided to step up to the plate and try to check me about it. Girl, bye. I volunteer as tribute. Okay, girl. Okay, Katniss. Okay, girl. So, long story short, she hit me up on some, you got a problem with me? Or like, no, she was like, you got an issue with me? Mind you, I don't even know you. Girl, who are you? If I don't know you, is that even beef? I had unfollowed her and like I made her unfollow me. So like, you know how you can do that is by blocking them, then like unblocking them. So that's what I did to everybody. I had unblocked and blocked everybody from the little friend group. Cause like after I cut my ex off, after I cut Fun Size off, I wanted no ties with them, no effing more. When she hit me up, I was so confused because I'm like, I thought I blocked her or I, you know, unfollowed her. So I'm like, how is it that she can still hit me up? But I don't know. So I was like, if I had an issue with you, you would know about it. And she was like, oh, I'm just asking. You don't got to get smart, da 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 da. And I'm like, girl, you hit my line first though. Like, how you gonna hit my DMs and then tell me I don't gotta get an attitude? Girl, if you don't get the girl, be motherfucking for real, girl. Like, get. And at this point, I was starting to turn my life around. So this is how I know that it was nothing but the devil trying to get me riled up. But you know what? I did not get riled up, y'all. I did not fall for her antics. I, of course, hit her with the God bless you. I'll be praying for you. Because, girl, you're trying to get a moment. You're trying to make a moment. You're not going to get a moment, girl, okay? So I ended up screenshotting the messages. And this is when I was still in the business of just, like, straight exposing people for what the F they did. I wasn't trying to blow out no names, no nothing. And yes, I was being petty, but it's like you came in my DMs looking for smoke. Now you got a fire. So what's good? I screenshot it. I posted. I'm like, this girl is weird. Like, if you follow her, unfollow her. She's in my DMs talking crazy. I haven't talked to her in months. Mind you, I haven't seen old girl since the whole puff puff pass thing back in April. So now it is November. So from April to November, we have not talked. I have not watched her story because I unfollowed her after April. So it took you from April to now, well, to that time in November to realize that I didn't follow you no more. So, all that being said, we had our words. She was trying to punk me, and I read her ass for filth. Size kept telling me all of your business. You know why? Because Fun Size didn't give a fuck about nobody but herself. So anytime she felt that she wanted to be messy, she was telling everybody's business to everybody else. So when we came together, we all know each other's business because she was the main one telling all of our business to each other without us knowing. Yeah. So if you ever see this girl, I'm not in the business of even rehashing this with you, but I am saying what I'm saying because I know what I know. Period. And whatever you think you may know about me, it's not tea. It will never be tea. It's really more like apple juice, watered down apple juice at that. Like, that's why I can sit on this camera and tell my stories the way I tell them, because it's not tea. This is my life. And that's one thing that I stand on, is that no matter what I tell y'all on this channel, it's not tea. I promise you. This is my life. I've hashed it out in real life. They know what's up. If they don't, they still know what's up. At the end of the day, they know what they did was wrong. And they know whatever I'm saying in these stories is truth. There's no cap in my rap. You may not like what I've said about you, but it is what it is. I said it, I did it, I done it. Boom. Period. I end up blocking her. I got the last word and I blocked you, sis. Like, one thing about me, you won't get the last word in my messages or my phone calls. Nada. You will always get blocked. Period. Every single time. And anyone watching this, what you should take from this whole fake friend serious thing is stand up for you. Ride for you. Because if you don't ride for you, people like the people that I've explained in this story, if you have people like that in your life, they will punk you out. They will try to test your gangster. They will try to make you look crazy, expose you, make you look weak, try to make you doubt yourself, not love yourself, question why you're even doing what you're doing. The Minions, the Smurfettes, Smurf, Fun Size, none of them were truly, genuinely supporting my path of wanting to leave the hood, of wanting to leave the crazy life that I was living with them to go to college. And it shows, because where are they now? Gone. They're blocked. Like, they never really cared for my lifestyle, of how I wanted to move, of how I wanted to improve myself. Period, point blank. That is it for the end of this fake friend series. I'm so happy. One thing about me, I like to keep it cute, keep it short, and wrap it up in a bow and send her on her way, okay? And I will make a playlist for it, so y'all can all just watch it all in one swoop. Until next time, I am out.